This is my rice cooker. Isn't it fancy? It has one button. You press it down. It's not plugged in right now. But if it was plugged in, that would be doing stuff. Basically, it has this lid with a teeny tiny little hole in it. Lid comes off. This is the steamer tray. It's got holes. That's where water and stuff, or rice, or whatever you're cooking, unless you're steaming it, goes. I'm gonna steam eggs. So, take this thing. I can do 9 eggs at a time. So, I'm gonna get all these little dudes in here. And it doesn't take very long at all. So 9 eggs pretty much fits perfect, plus I get this 18 pack of extra large eggs from Costco, so it works. I'm going to wash these up, just rinse them in water, and then we'll pop them in. Yay, I have clean eggs. So they're kind of drippy, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter if they're wet because we're basically just going to steam them anyways. So I'm going to plug this in, my little plug over here. And what we want to do is fill the bottom. Now it's plugged in, actually this little light comes on, which says warm, because that means it's keeping everything warm now. So to cook it, when you press this down, it's cooking. When I pop it up, it's warm. So we're going to put 1 cup of water in the bottom of this and basically just let it go for about 25 minutes. It's not going to boil off all of the water. You could probably put in 3/4 cup of water and just wait for it to be done boiling off. But I'm going to put in a whole cup just because, and I have a timer for this one. So this isn't really set and forget, but it works. Handy dandy water spout thingy. 1 cup of water. If it's a little less, it doesn't matter. Right in there. That'll get to boiling and just steam everything up. And it actually works pretty fast. Normally, once I set my eggs in and put the top on here, and since it hasn't been plugged in, it's not hot. Once I do this, it's normally pretty fast to start steaming up the top. So it's within about a minute, and then the eggs themselves will actually steam. So 25 minutes. So they're going to be ready about 5 after, because it's 20 till right now. So I guess we will check on these when they're done. So it's only been about 2 minutes, but as you can see, my eggs are already nice and steamy, and actually really hot air comes out of this thing. So I normally face it here because this has a little built-in drip tray, and the lid has these little notches on it so that when I tip it to drip, I can actually set it here so it like latches and will drip into the little drip tray. But because I tend to do it with my left hand, this thing can actually burn you with the hot steam. So I have it over there to not burn me. Either way, I just wanted to kind of show you the steaminess. So time is up, which means it's time to pull these things out. Set that on my handy dandy little side thingy. Now it's super hot, and as you can see, it hasn't popped up yet, which it'll do if all of the water is absorbed in the bottom, or not absorbed, but gone. So basically boiled off. So in order to get it out, I originally just use a oven mitt. And what we're gonna do is just plop them into some cold water. They'll sit for a little bit just so they aren't burn hot. And the length of the ice bath isn't really super important. It's just to get the eggs themselves so that they aren't burning hot and I can pick it up. So normally what I do is then I'll put these in the fridge and they'll last a couple days, and then I go and make the other half of the carton. So that's about it. They're super easy to peel because of the way that they're made. Each of the eggs has like a skinnier part and then a fat part at the bottom. And if you crack it on the fat part. I don't want to do it right now because it's probably still a little too hot for that. But if you crack it on the fat part, there'll be a little air pocket, and then you can easily just use your thumb to... I squish it a little bit to get cracks around the edges, and then use the skin part of my thumb to just peel the shell off. So it's really pretty easy. And there's that, because I was always terrible at boiling these on the stove. I never knew how long or what the secret was. I know some people have told me you add salt to the water, you start the water when it's cold, you put them in while it's already boiling. I've heard a number of different things about it, but the rice cooker was the easiest thing I've ever seen. So, plus I have a rice cooker, and then I don't have to worry about things on the stove. Since I have a gas stove, it would literally be an open flame, and that's another thing for me to worry about in the kitchen, which I don't like. So, yay, hard-boiled eggs. Alrighty, so I have one of my eggs from the refrigerator. It's sufficiently chilled, and we're just gonna crack the bottom here. Now, once the bottom is cracked, normally what you'll get is, this is where you have a hole, and the membrane, let me focus it a little bit there. There's a little bit of a membrane on there, but for the most part you can get that off. So it normally requires me 2 hands to peel an entire egg, but this is what I meant by just using the part of your thumb to peel like this. And you can see a little bit of the membrane here, but that's peeling up as well. So what I meant by I crack it is if you kind of just crack it in your hand like this, you'll get some nice ridges in it, and bigger chunks will come off when you use your thumb. So let's try to do this one-handed. So it's just gently squishing it enough for the shell to crack sufficiently. Alright, so one last big chunk. Alright, so there's still a little bit of flakes on here, but this is mostly just to show you the quality of the egg that it creates. So the inside of this egg is fully hard-boiled, still has that air pocket at the bottom, and if we split it open here, I'll cut to the opening. Alright, that part took 2 hands. But as you can see, the middle's thoroughly cooked. It's completely hard-boiled and ready to eat.